For those that don't know, I ended up selling the 240. The reason I got the 240 in the first place was so that I could sell it. I had to have something fun to toy with. I ended up with a Miata. As you can see, car kind of has some ugly rims on it. I guess the previous owner bought the rims to sell the car a little quicker. Currently, the soft top is off. I've been doing some work to it. You can see here the windows coming out of the actual top. So I took out the rain guard. I took out the metal trim pieces, the rear carpet, and the entire soft top came out. Hopefully this is pretty straightforward. See why it wouldn't be. Don't crack on me, don't crack on me. Come on. Come on. No, stop cracking. Oh. That is not the way to do it, guys. Not the way to do it. So guys, it's not how you do it. Pull the vents out, and you get these two screws before you pull it off, or you end up with that.
There you have it.
So when I went to pull the exhaust to fix the gasket, I found that the flange for the cat, right where the gasket had blown out, was pretty rusted out. I ended up pulling the rear section of the exhaust, and at that point I knew I just needed to replace it. So I jumped online. I was going to get a factory replacement from Amazon, get it here in a couple of days actually. It wasn't too expensive. However, when I got to that point, I realized that I needed a cat, and I don't have a welder. I can't weld a test pipe in. I can't really make one. And at this point, instead of buying a new cat, it was going to be cheaper to buy some sort of eBay performance exhaust. So what I ended up doing is I bought that eBay exhaust, and I ended up buying a full kit. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be removing the mass airflow sensor. I'm going to be removing the air box under it to get the heat shield out, the header that's in there. Just the stock exhaust manifold. I'm going to remove that and prep for when the new one gets here. So I went ahead and removed the mass airflow sensor here, and I saw this filter and I got kind of excited. Thought, oh no, it's got a K and N in it, but then I realized it was kind of the wrong color. Of course, I'm colorblind. All right, so I got the air box completely out. There's only 3 bolts. There's a bolt there, there's a bolt over here, and there was a nut here. and I had this weird, this actual air intake tube that runs over here towards the fender, but there's just, I guess it pulls air away from the engine compared to right next to the manifold, which is good. I also noticed that when I was pulling the O2 sensor out, they have this paint. It's the color of the outside of the car. The inside of the car is a different color. So the car has been resprayed. It's not a stock color, I can tell. It's a little whiter than the stock. I'm going to go ahead and remove this manifold. I just got the bolts out. And, dirty. I'm going to see if I can get this manifold off. All the bolts are out of the manifold, and I got to see if it comes out. Here's the manifold. And you might get, ooh, it's got this little hose here, this heater core hose. This seems like a kind of a fun way to, it's not going to leak coolant everywhere. That would be kind of bad. Well, this is hard to do one-handed. I'm going to deal with this off camera, and we'll go from there. Well, I had a pry bar, but now it looks like it's free. I put an angle. Ow. Here's the end of this flange. Even if it's a hose or a part no one's never going to see, getting the gunk and grime off, it can't hurt. So I found out you could change out the S4 RX-7 air meter sensor for the Miata one in order to get a higher flow right around 6,000 RPM on the Miata airflow meter. It starts bottlenecking and you start losing potential power. Now, it's not a huge modification, but it is something that I could do because this is the stock air meter system, and this one is the RX-7 air meter system. You can tell already that this is larger, and on this side we got a whole extra ½ inch. So what I'm going to be doing is, most people get the intake here and they will run the filter off the intake and make some kind of a cone filter. I thought about doing that, and I still might end up doing that if this all doesn't work out, but that's going to pull a lot of heat off here. I'd like to just keep it pretty stock and use this still to pull air from over here, which is kind of still a bottleneck, but we'll see. What I decided is I was going to modify the stock airbox. The original airbox is this guy here, and I took an RX-7 airbox and cut this guy off of it. What I'm going to do is remove this, put this guy up here, get everything pretty level. Then I'm going to use some probably quick steel or something like that just to make a bond, maybe some epoxy, I'm not sure yet. I should be able to get everything pretty level and squared up. After that, I'm going to be able to mount onto the stock airbox the RX-7 air meter system, and it will still look pretty close to stock. Alrighty, so this is what I got so far. It's about how it's going to sit. Bottom, I put a little barrier in there. I don't know if you can see that on camera, a little quick steel. Then I'm going to go around and seal up the inside, seal up the outside, do some sanding with probably like a 200 grit, and then step it up and get it real smooth. Then I will get some paint, matte black, paint her up, make it look pretty pretty new, pretty universal. So here is just about the final outcome. That'll sit like so. Got it on the inside here. This will sit in here like so. Hello. So, guess what came in the mail today? Armrest. This one on the car has seen some better days. So, we're gonna put this guy on. And that guy is gonna look a lot better. So, we're gonna pop this guy off. And we're gonna listen to the ambulance. Pop that guy back in, and we're golden. So someone got real creative with this wire scheme. Can't believe that can be too good, pinching the wire like that. But I got some NGK OEMs. When we got the wires out, we're gonna pull the coil here and check the condition. Make sure everything in here is good. Check the grounds.